Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hope you're doing well. So, I just wanted to quickly talk about something, considering that Microsoft just had their XO19 event. We showcased a lot, but also, for me, also not a lot. But still, Microsoft have placed themselves, extremely well, I feel, for entering the next generation of hardware with many compelling incentives. And even if Game Pass doesn't interest you yourself, there's no denying that given its price and the amount on offer, it's probably the best gaming service on the market at the moment. Mix that up with xCloud, which seems to have already made Google Stadia look, utterly underwhelming in its offerings, and Microsoft has every chance to smash the next generation of consoles, if, of course, they also get the price right, which I think they will, and also if they provide the software, which is what they are clearly trying to do or gear themselves up to. But one interview highlighted something that still obviously, is being talked about, and not just by consumers and gamers, but it's also something that's on the minds of their own developers who Microsoft have managed to buy up. So Microsoft, not long ago acquired Obsidian, the developers behind much of Fallout New Vegas, and then later formed their own studio to create popular games like Pillars of Eternity, although the sequel didn't sell well as far as I know, which put the future of that IP on hold, which is a shame. But they also recently created Outer Worlds, which is doing very well. They revealed their new game, Grounded, which I believe is a co-op survival game, which seems somewhat different to what they normally produce. The game's director, Adam Brenneck, I believe his name is, had to clarify a few things. One being that Grounded was being worked on by a very small part of the Obsidian team, whilst the bigger teams were working on other unannounced projects. And two, and I quote, and this is from the article, what they say is, another important thing to know is Grounded was not Microsoft's idea. This is not a Rare making Kinect Sports situation. The fact that the developer had to clarify such things shows to me how much they are aware of the reputation that surrounds both Microsoft and the studios they have acquired over the years, along with what has followed them in terms of output, that many don't associate with not only games they like to see coming from Microsoft first-party studios, but also the output that gamers expect from certain studios. And that mindset in itself has been a major failing, perhaps, on Microsoft's part, as they've pushed certain kinds of software and genres towards their player bases who expect certain things and similar things. I do wonder if it bothers Microsoft as a company that there's a certain level of skepticism from gamers about the studios they purchase and the software they deliver, or perhaps it's not too dissimilar to how people, including myself, feel about EA and what to expect from them every time they acquire a studio or release a new game. For many, those reputations are probably far beyond being able to be repaired, and that mistrust will always be there in some aspects, and it's deserved in many ways as well. But still, for Kinect Sports and Rare to be mentioned in such a way is kind of a dig that's perhaps slightly unnecessary or crude as a comparison to make, but also one that screams volumes to what Obsidian have gotten themselves into by joining Microsoft and screaming out loud that they will always be that same company they were before they joined Microsoft. So please do not fear in some respects. As for Rare's new game, Everwild, which was also announced during XO19, I'm kind of surprised that it was announced so soon, considering that we don't really know what it's about. But also with the Xbox 4 coming out next year, you'd feel after all the grief Rare has had during the Xbox One era. Perhaps revealing this as a fresh start for the Xbox 4 launch might have been a better bet. But still, considering how Xbox games can be played on other platforms now, I guess it doesn't matter when it's revealed, or any other game for that matter, because you'll be able to play it even if you don't have an Xbox. So the incentive to buy an Xbox for some people, fades a little. But yeah, just a quick video for tonight. But I'll be interested to hear your thoughts on what I've discussed here. What do you feel it would take for Xbox as a brand, along with the studios it's acquired, so that these fears, not just from consumers but also from the developers as well, fade away a little, and we can all just feel just more comfortable in looking forward to great software from these companies, without the future of these companies and what directions they might get pushed in. Might not be, I suppose it might not be in the directions that they had in mind or want to go in, with the pressures from up high. Because like I said, the Xbox crowd expect certain types of genres. Sometimes no matter what company you are when you're part of the Xbox family of developers. Or even let me know your thoughts on how some platforms have catered their audience to essentially accept only a few key genres, so that when something different comes along, it gets pushed aside or ignored. Something we know has happened a lot with Rare since they've been with Microsoft, and even Sony with games like Gravity Rush, failing, compared to other games like God of War and Uncharted, which feel like those are the types of games that Sony like to push. But as always, thanks for listening. Let me know your thoughts, leave your comments, I'll reply to everyone, and yeah, take care all, peace.